we got a pretty cool project in store. I'm turning those chunks of wood and a little bit of supercast into a real stunning woodworking top that's gonna sit right on top of an old school sewing machine. You're looking at a couple chunks of cypress that are older than yours truly. They are completely dry, which is a very important step. You want your wood to be under 8% moisture content before coating it with any sort of epoxy. So that's step number one. Step number two is we're gonna knock off a couple ends to square up our table. I'm going oversized, building a form. We're gonna pour our supercast, and then I'm gonna cut a cool little arch on the front of that piece, give it a little radius so it's just not a big rectangle sitting on the sewing machine. I'm using supercast. Why am I using supercast? That is our thick pour casting resin. You're gonna pour it up to about 2 inches thick, depending on volume. Our supercast is a 2-to-1 material. It's open for a very long time. It takes the dyes, it takes the metallic powders, and creates real stunning epoxy river tables. Surprise, surprise, once again, the customer chose Crater Lake Blue for their river. It's a very cool color, beautiful, vibrant blue, and a fan favorite. Every single river table I've built, the customer has asked, please, I would love it Crater Lake Blue. So it's a good color, check it out. We also added a paste from Artist Till Death. They sell tons of different epoxy pastes and colorants that we don't offer. Level up those countertop recipes, buy one of our kits, grab a paste or powder from Artist Till Death, you're gonna love it. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe. That was a pro tip. All right, we're gonna fill in our opaque tinted supercast into our form. We're gonna use a heat source like a propane torch like I'm using. Pass that along about every 1/4 to 1/2 inch. That's gonna speed up the bubble popping process. Some important pro tips on your form building when working with casting epoxy. So I use some latex caulking on the outside of my form. That's gonna keep any leaks from sneaking out underneath those forms. Also go up the sides. It will leak from there as well. I use that fast dry acrylic caulk from Alex. That's also why I have a little setback here on my form, so I have a nice area to caulk. All right, we've been cured just about 1 week. So that's about the minimum you wanna keep. I probably could have popped it out a couple days ago. Smaller pours like this. But you wanna make sure that this is fully cured before moving on to the next step. No soft spots. Here's where you want to check these smaller areas, the pockets that have less volume of resin. The more volume you have, the quicker your supercast is going to cure. These guys are going to take a day or so longer. But you want to give your project about a week in the form. Then I'm going to remove my screws, pop the form boards off. I'm going to save this because I can remake a table this size if I want. And I'll move on to the next step. We're going to add an arc here. Cut this out, square it up, and then round over those edges and start coating it. If y'all didn't know, our Speed Cure is fantastic for woodworking. We're now eliminating days off your normal woodworking project by eliminating many of the seal coats. The thicker, faster formula penetrates but minimizes off-gassing bubbles. Awesome product. Instead of the 3 1-ounce per square foot coats, we could do 2 thicker coats using Speed Cure. Get moving on to the final flood coat days faster. The other process still works if you don't want to be in a rush. If you have a giant project, sometimes Speed Cure isn't the best option. But for little projects, dining tables that aren't too enormous, Go with your Speed Cure. I'm gonna mix up 4 ounces per square foot on this bad boy. I got some holes to fill, so I'm gonna try to let the material get into those holes and then just let this product do its thing. It's gonna off-gas like a normal coat of epoxy over raw wood, but like I said, the thicker, faster curing resin minimizes the off-gassing bubbles. I sure do hope you enjoyed watching this video, because I had a great time making it. And I hope you learned a few pro tips or two to get you the confidence to head down that road to create epoxy woodworking beauty with Stone Coat Epoxy. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget, from Stone Coat Countertops, you got this, I promise. I've said it 1,000 times, and I mean it. Jumping over to our website to pick up all the products shown in this video. Hey, we'll even leave links in the description below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video.